Our crew down here on the end dock with the jet boat, they look like they're struggling. I mean, he's putting his hand up in the air, telling his buddy to stop. They've been trying now for about 7 minutes to get this boat off the trailer with no success whatsoever. So they keep backing down and they're trying to power release it. So you back down a little bit, you hit the brake, and you got enough force that the boat slides off the trailer. They've tried it 6 or 7 times at minimum, and it's not come off. And now we've kind of been sitting here at a standstill for a few moments while they're trying to figure out their next move. And they're going to pull forward again. And let's see. I mean, I guess they're going to have to come back. Something's definitely wrong, though. I'm just not sure what. I wasn't watching when they initially tried to back down, so I don't know if the rear straps are on, or maybe they didn't disconnect the bow eye. I'm not 100% sure, but I promise you, they've come down with enough force a couple times. This thing should have come off, and it hasn't. So the lady's got the lines. We're resetting it up one more time. And here we go. And again, that's a pretty solid brake hit, and it didn't even budge. Something's up. Going forward again. I mean, and that's aggressive, and it's not coming off. But welcome back, crew, to the greatest show on earth, and that is the Miami Boat Ramps channel. I'm your host, Broncos Guru, and today we are down here at Point Marina. And, I mean, they just keep going at it. Dude, you gotta know after you do that one. Like, it's not coming off. Something's up, guys. You're gonna have to do a little closer inspection on this one to kind of figure it out. So, there we go. Somebody's walking down. And man, I bet $1,000,000 to 1, this is it. That they never disconnected the bow eye, and that's why it's not going anywhere. Probably new boat owners. I mean, it happens to the best of us at some point in time, I guess. So let's see now that they've kind of figured out the problem, I'm assuming. Let's see if they pulled off the rear straps. I'm wondering if they're not going to back down now, and this thing's still not going to come off. Because they didn't do that. Maybe they didn't undo the rear straps as well. So here we go. He backs down. Nope. So it partially came off. It's not all the way off. Careful, he starts to pull forward. And the boat started to go forward with him. And he's going to come back some more. There we go. And now it's floating. Oh, now our lady's struggling with the line, trying to get it back over as the boat's kind of wrestling with her. And finally we're off. And this crew should be good to get out there and enjoy the day finally. But, man, that was interesting. They were at it for quite some time trying to get that one figured out. So our next crew's coming in, and they're coming in with a purpose. But, man, look at the amount of line this chick's got in her hand. I mean, you know, I bust people's chops all the time for not having enough line on the boat. I can't say anything about this crew, as they've got way more line than they possibly need in that rat's nest that's walking off. So there you go. She's off with all the additional line she's going to have left sitting there on the dock. She does the little half wrap, goes and grabs the other line to pull him over. So she's going to get the bow line tied up, and hopefully nobody comes walking down the dock anywhere near that stern line, because, man, I'll tell you what, that's like a trip hazard waiting to happen. And our guy's going to get off over here and try and get that line tightened up. So this crew, kind of like our first crew, struggling a little bit, but the opposite way. They're struggling to get it on. Our guy's just literally trying to manhandle this boat up, as we see here. Gonna get his arms underneath it, try and do the curl to get it up. Our guy is doing everything he can think of to try and get this thing up here on to the winch. That one's funny. Literally like he was just doing a curl in the gym. Like, yeah, let me just get my arms around the pole and start pulling. I mean, it's only a couple 1,000-pound boat. You got it, bro. So something's definitely up, though, because they are struggling. And up. They're telling him to tell the guy to stop. He was backing down, and they're yelling at him like, bro, stop it. I mean, this boat is floating pretty hard now. Oh, man, maybe the winch broke. Because they are definitely having a battle with this thing down there. I mean, everybody's over there on it, so when I see him drop back this deep too, that tells me that something probably broke up there with it because they can't get any power behind the winch. So our guy's going to try and power load this one on. And he brake checks on the power load. That's a little odd. Kind of drifting toward the dock now, though, but I can't tell if the trailer's possibly floating as well. Doesn't look like it. The guy poles are staying pretty level, and that time he actually runs into the dock as he's trying to get on. So he's got a couple people pulling lines, so something's not lined up correctly somewhere as I'm watching the guys up front pull the lines toward the dock. And then we've got a guy coming over to the stern as well, trying to kick it back out. Whoa, be careful, bro. The last thing you want to do, as we just saw, our guy winds up gunning it. No, this is a horrible idea. So he's using his legs to try and push this over as the guy's gunning it with the power, but man, I'm telling you what, if he turns that motor the right way, that boat's coming flying back at you, and a leg between a boat that's under power in between the dock is just not a good thing. So Cap leaves the helm, and he's coming up to the bow to kind of inspect and see what the actual situation is on what they need done here. So after a few minutes of discussion, Cap's coming back toward the boat, so something's still not right in their setup. So he's powering her up one more time. And giving her some more gas, trying to get it further up on the trailer, it looks like. I mean, he's giving it a lot of gas, and that time it does look like it slid up. I mean, he looks like he's got good distance between the guy pulling the side and himself. And he's going to kill the motor one more time. No, maybe not. And yeah, he's going to trim it up, so he likes it where it's at now. And it's just funny, the guys up front are kind of just standing there like, yeah, I think it's going to be okay. But Cap's going to come check it out, and they'll probably be good to go from here. And speaking of being good to go, we're going to go ahead and get out of here as well. Thanks for watching, crew. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Miami Boat Ramps. If you did, please check out our other content. We have Wavy Boats, who does a bunch of great things down at the inlets. My channel, Broncos Guru, do some great comedy boating videos there as well. And of course, we've got Boats versus Haulover, where man and machine take on Mother Nature down at Haulover Inlet. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.